year is 2030. AI is mainstream. Quantum computing runs in the cloud, and your digital clone might handle your next video call. In this video, we'll explore 20 game-changing technologies that could completely reshape life as we know it. Number 1. Artificial General Intelligence has become mainstream. Artificial General Intelligence, also known as AGI, has officially arrived, and in many cases, it reasons better than humans do. It's common to see virtual companions that look and act like real people, appearing on home displays, wearables, or even projected into physical spaces. These AGIs hold deep conversations, tell stories, share jokes, and offer emotional support with uncanny realism. Many people form daily bonds with them, whether as friends, tutors, or even digital therapists. In hospitals, AGIs lead breakthroughs in curing diseases once thought untouchable. Rare genetic conditions are diagnosed in minutes. New treatments are developed not over decades, but days. Lifespan extension is no longer science fiction. AGIs help map the aging process at a molecular level, recommending personalized therapies that slow or even reverse damage. Entertainment transforms too. In video games, AGI-powered NPCs behave like real people with memories, personalities, and goals. Players form lasting relationships with them, creating stories that adapt uniquely to each person. Interactive movies become fully immersive, with AGI characters responding dynamically to viewer choices and emotions. Across society, AGIs are trusted advisors, creative partners, and everyday companions. They don't just respond, they understand. Life feels fuller, more interactive, and deeply personal. The world hasn't just automated tasks, it has gained minds that enhance and expand human experience. Talking about future technologies is fun, but future-proofing starts with the basics. A rock-solid website. That's where Kinsta comes in, delivering managed hosting for WordPress, built for the speed and reliability the future demands. First, speed. By switching to Kinsta, your pages could load up to 200% faster, thanks to features such as Global Edge Caching Network, early hints faster page loads, and Google Cloud's premium network. Better speed means happier visitors, higher search rankings, and more conversions. Next, security. Enterprise-level firewalls, distributed denial of service protection, and an SLA-backed uptime guarantee of up to 99.99% keeps threats out and customers in, so midnight panic attacks become a thing of the past. Need help? Kinsta connects you to WordPress pros in minutes, no chatbots stuck on repeat. And the My Kinsta dashboard is so intuitive, even non-coders can manage multiple sites without a manual. Over 120,000 businesses, from startups to global brands, already trust Kinsta to power their websites. And G2, a software review website, ranks them the #1 WordPress host out of 363 providers. If you're tired of being your own web support team, click the link or scan the code to try Kinsta. You'll get your first month free, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and their engineers handle the migration for you. Stress less, build more. Number 2. Cancers and other diseases are being cured. Cancer is no longer the unstoppable force it once was. Thanks to advanced AI-driven medical systems, most forms are detected early, sometimes before symptoms even appear. Patients receive personalized treatment plans tailored to their unique genetic makeup, often crafted by artificial intelligence in minutes. What once took months of trial and error now happens almost instantly, with side effects drastically reduced and recovery times shortened. Hospitals feel different. There's less fear, more hope. Doctors now work alongside AI assistants that scan through billions of data points to find the most effective cures, not just for cancer, but for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and rare diseases that once had no answers. Treatments are precise, non-invasive, and in some cases, preventative. People in their 40s and 50s undergo routine health mapping, catching potential diseases years in advance. In homes, smart devices track vital signs in real time, and alert doctors at the first sign of trouble. Rural and underserved communities have access to the same life-saving technology through AI-driven telemedicine, making top-tier healthcare truly global. The fear of disease hasn't disappeared, but it no longer rules life. Instead of waiting for problems, people live knowing that many of the world's deadliest conditions are now not only treatable, but curable. Number 3. Quantum computing is offered as a cloud service. Quantum computing is now available through the cloud, and it changes everything. Anyone with internet access can tap into processing power that once seemed like science fiction. Startups use it to model new materials in hours instead of years, designing ultra-efficient batteries, biodegradable plastics, and carbon-capturing cement. Farmers can run complex climate simulations to fine-tune crop strategies by the season, even by the week. In classrooms, students experiment with quantum algorithms from their tablets, running simulations that used to require elite university labs. Artists and game developers use quantum-enhanced AI to create mind-bending visuals in immersive worlds that adapt in real time to the player's mood and choices. Finance firms rely on it to model global markets with stunning accuracy, predicting ripple effects from events before they happen. Drug companies simulate molecular interactions with near-perfect precision, accelerating cures from everything from migraines to genetic disorders. Even city planning is transformed. Governments use quantum computing to model traffic, power grids, and emergency response systems, making cities safer and more efficient. People don't need to understand the physics behind quantum computing, they just know it works. It feels like the internet all over again, but supercharged. The impossible becomes routine, as everyday life quietly runs on the world's most powerful machines, just a click away. Number 4. Hypersonic missiles are commonly used in most major militaries. Hypersonic missiles are now standard in the arsenals of most major militaries, and their presence has reshaped global defense strategies. These weapons travel at over 5 times the speed of sound, making them nearly impossible to intercept. In seconds, they can strike targets across continents with extreme precision. This speed has forced a complete redesign of warning systems. Traditional radar simply isn't fast enough. In military command centers, decision-making timelines have shrunk from hours to minutes. Nations now rely on AI to instantly analyze threats and recommend responses, reducing human reaction time to match hypersonic velocity. Missile defense systems operate autonomously, constantly scanning for signs of a launch. The shift extends beyond the battlefield. Hypersonic tech has transformed how countries posture diplomatically. Instead of massing troops, powers project strength with the quiet presence of mobile launch platforms and orbital detection satellites. The balance of power is less about who has more and more about who detects first. Civilian infrastructure adapts too. Underground transportation and emergency bunkers in key cities are designed with hypersonic impact scenarios in mind. While their existence adds tension, the weapons are also strangely stabilizing. No one dares act recklessly when consequences arrive in under 10 minutes. It's a new era of speed, strategy, and caution. Number 5. Interactive and customizable AI-generated movies have emerged. Interactive and customizable AI-generated movies are now a mainstream form of entertainment. Viewers no longer just watch stories, they shape them. At the start of a film, you choose the genre, tone, characters, and even the setting. Want a romantic sci-fi set in 19th century Tokyo with a mystery subplot? The AI creates it in seconds with realistic visuals, natural dialogue, and emotionally rich performances from digital actors that feel as real as human ones. As the movie plays, you make decisions that change the plot in real time. Choose whether the hero forgives a betrayal or seeks revenge, and the story branches instantly, generating new scenes, dialogue, and outcomes on the fly. The same movie can be a lighthearted comedy or a tragic thriller, depending on your mood. Families create shared movie nights where each person takes turns steering the plot. Solo viewers dive into deeply personal stories shaped by their preferences and emotional state. Some people even star in their own films, with digital avatars that look and move like them. For creators, the boundary between audience and director is gone. Everyone becomes part of the storytelling process. Entertainment is no longer one size fits all. It's uniquely yours every time you press play.
Number 6.
Digital clones are now part of everyday life. Digital clones are now an everyday part of life, reshaping how people work, connect, and even rest. These AI-powered replicas mimic voices, personalities, and decision-making patterns with stunning accuracy. Busy professionals use them to attend virtual meetings, answer emails, and manage schedules, carrying out tasks in real time while the real person focuses on more important matters or takes a break. Families use digital clones to stay connected. A grandmother who lives abroad keeps a clone version of herself in her daughter's home, reading bedtime stories and chatting with grandchildren each night. Teachers use their clones to offer one-on-one tutoring to hundreds of students simultaneously, with each interaction tailored to the learner's style and pace. In entertainment, people send their digital doubles to immersive concerts, virtual social events, and even multiplayer games, experiencing them later as memory replays. Celebrities and influencers license clones to interact with fans or promote content without burnout. Some people use their clones as digital journals, capturing thoughts and memories to reflect on later or pass on to future generations. The line between physical and digital presence has blurred. Digital clones aren't just tools, they're extensions of identity. In a world where time is precious, these virtual selves help people live more fully, even when they can't be everywhere at once.
Number 7.
The first Zetascale supercomputer is operational. The impact of this lightning-fast supercomputer is rippling across nearly every field, transforming the way we solve problems, analyze data, and innovate. With the ability to perform over a billion calculations per second, it solves problems once thought impossible in real time. Scientists use it to simulate entire ecosystems down to individual organisms, forecasting climate shifts with pinpoint accuracy, and helping nations plan for natural disasters before they happen. In medicine, the Zetascale system models the human body at the cellular level, testing thousands of drug interactions simultaneously. New treatments for cancer, neurological diseases, and genetic disorders are now discovered in weeks instead of years. Hospitals around the world plug into its insights for tailored, real-time medical solutions. Engineers use the supercomputer to design next-gen aircraft, vehicles, and energy systems, simulating stress, airflow, and environmental impact with microscopic precision. In space exploration, it maps gravitational anomalies and assists in planning complex missions, even supporting real-time decision-making for robotic explorers on Mars and beyond. AI researchers train vast neural networks in hours instead of months, creating more capable and nuanced artificial intelligences. For humanity, this isn't just more computing power, it's a leap in understanding. The Zetascale era begins with answers to questions we've only just learned how to ask.
Number 8.
Foldable electronics are commonplace. Foldable electronics are now a normal part of everyday life, seamlessly blending flexibility with power. Smartphones unfold into tablets, tablets fold into smartwatches, and laptops roll up like paper to fit in a jacket pocket. People carry a single device that transforms to fit whatever they need, watching movies, writing emails, or video calling, all on a screen that bends without breaking. In schools, students use foldable notebooks that open into dual-display workstations for writing, researching, and collaborating. Artists sketch on flexible digital canvases that wrap around their wrists when not in use. Commuters read the news on foldable e-ink scrolls during train rides, then tuck them into slim wallets. At home, foldable TVs expand across walls for movie nights, then collapse into picture frames when not in use. Kitchens feature bendable smart surfaces that display recipes, timers, and family schedules, all while resisting heat and spills. Even fashion gets an upgrade. People wear clothing embedded with foldable displays, showing live updates, custom designs, or even matching outfits on the go. Foldable tech isn't just about screens, it's about freedom. Devices adapt to you, not the other way around. It's flexible living in the most literal sense, and it's already everywhere.
Number 9.
AI prosthetics are restoring sight and mobility for millions of people. AI-powered prosthetics are now restoring sight and mobility for millions, giving people abilities that often surpass what was once thought possible. For those who lost limbs, next-generation prosthetic arms and legs respond instantly to thoughts. They move naturally, adapt to terrain in real time, and even provide sensory feedback, allowing users to feel textures, pressure, and temperatures again. A child who lost a leg now runs, climbs, and dances with precision. A veteran who lost his arms grips a coffee mug and feels its warmth. For the visually impaired, AI-powered bionic eyes and smart glasses interpret the world on the fly. These systems read text aloud, recognize faces, identify objects, and describe environments in real time. People navigate busy streets independently, read books, and recognize loved ones' smiles, all through a digital lens. In homes and public spaces, these prosthetics sync seamlessly with smart infrastructure. Elevators open as users approach, vehicles adjust controls automatically, and tools in the workplace adapt to individual needs. Athletes with AI limbs compete at elite levels, pushing not just for medals but for new definitions of human potential. Disability no longer means limitation, it means a different kind of possibility. AI isn't just helping people recover what they've lost, it's helping them discover what's newly possible.
Number 10.
People are using AI to carry out a wide range of crimes. AI is now a double-edged sword. While it drives innovation, it has also become a powerful tool for crime. People now use AI to create ultra-realistic voice clones and deepfake videos to impersonate family members, CEOs, or government officials. Even more alarming, AI-powered avatars with advanced reasoning can hold real-time video calls, responding convincingly and adapting mid-conversation. Scams that once seemed obvious are now nearly impossible to detect. A single message or call can trick someone into wiring money or giving up sensitive information, all because it looks and sounds exactly like someone they trust. Cybercriminals use AI to write malware that adapts in real time, evading traditional security systems. Some AI systems even run scams autonomously, generating fake websites, sending phishing emails, and laundering money through digital wallets without human input. AI-generated fake news floods social media, micro-targeted to stir outrage or manipulate public opinion. In dark corners of the web, custom AI tools are sold that can break into systems, decode passwords, or mimic biometric data. Law enforcement struggles to keep up. Investigators now work with AI just to understand AI-driven crimes. Digital forensics has become a race between good and malicious algorithms. And while ethical AI is stronger than ever, the line between helpful and harmful grows thinner by the day. In this world, trust isn't just earned, it's verified with every interaction. Number 11. The quantum internet is now fully operational. The quantum internet is now fully operational, and it's transforming how the world communicates. Unlike the traditional internet, which sends data as bits, the quantum internet transmits information using qubits, particles that can exist in multiple states at once. This allows for instant, ultra-secure communication between devices, no matter the distance. Hacking becomes virtually impossible, as any attempt to intercept quantum data instantly alters it and alters the user. Governments and corporations use the quantum internet for sensitive communications, but its reach goes far beyond defense and finance. In everyday life, people experience almost zero latency in global video calls. Gamers play complex multiplayer games across continents without lag. Creative professionals collaborate on massive design projects in real time, as if sitting in the same room. In hospitals, quantum connections enable doctors in one country to guide robotic surgeries in another, with pinpoint accuracy and no delay. Scientists share and analyze massive datasets instantly, accelerating breakthroughs in fields like climate science and genetics. Even education feels transformed. Students join virtual classrooms where real-time translation is flawless and quantum encrypted tests ensure total integrity. The quantum internet isn't just a faster version of what came before, it's a completely new foundation. Communication now feels immediate, private, and limitless. Number 12. 3D printed human organs are extending people's lifespans. 3D printed human organs are now saving and extending lives on a massive scale. Patients once stuck on endless transplant waitlists now receive new hearts, kidneys, and livers printed from their own cells, eliminating rejection and the need for lifelong immunosuppressants. Hospitals maintain organ printing labs where doctors input a patient's biometric data and within days receive a fully functional, tailor-made organ ready for transplant. People with chronic liver disease, heart failure, or damaged lungs no longer face the grim countdown of traditional organ failure. A man in his 60s gets a second chance with a new lab-grown heart. A child born with a rare kidney defect receives a perfect match before the problem ever becomes life-threatening. The technology goes beyond replacement, it improves quality of life. Elderly individuals opt for preventative organ updates to extend vitality and independence. Athletes recovering from injury receive customized cartilage and tissue implants, allowing them to return stronger and faster. Research hospitals use bioprinted organs to test new drugs without risking human lives, speeding up medical breakthroughs. And in classrooms, medical students train on realistic, functioning printed organs, gaining experience that once took years to acquire. Aging and illness still exist, but now they're met with hope. Life no longer just continues, it improves, layer by printed layer.
Number 13.
The entire ocean floor has been mapped. The entire ocean floor is now fully mapped, revealing a hidden world that once existed only in fragments. Deep-sea terrain, once darker than space, now appears in stunning detail. Mountain ranges taller than the Alps, canyons deeper than the Grand Canyon, and ecosystems thriving in places we never imagined life could exist. This breakthrough has transformed marine science, climate research, and even geopolitics. Shipping routes are safer and more efficient, with submarines and autonomous vessels navigating with pinpoint accuracy. Countries use the detailed maps to study undersea fault lines, improving earthquake and tsunami prediction. Coastal cities now have precise flood risk assessments, reshaping how they plan infrastructure and respond to climate change. Marine biologists explore never-before-seen species and habitats, guiding new protections for vulnerable ecosystems. Underwater archaeology flourishes as shipwrecks and ancient trade routes hidden beneath layers of sediment are rediscovered. Fishing and resource extraction are more sustainable, guided by real-time data and 3D ocean floor maps that help avoid ecological damage. Even tourism is evolving. Virtual dives let people explore trenches and reefs from home, experiencing the full majesty of the seafloor without getting wet. What was once Earth's final frontier is now a fully charted dynamic world, no longer hidden, but finally understood.
Number 14.
Simulations of human bodies are becoming commonplace. Simulations of human bodies are now a core part of everyday life, revolutionizing everything from healthcare to fashion. In medical research, digital twins, detailed, responsive replicas of real people, are accelerating breakthroughs at an unprecedented pace. Medications and treatments can be tested on millions of virtual bodies simultaneously, allowing researchers to simulate rare diseases, explore potential side effects, and assess long-term outcomes in days rather than decades, all without putting a single human at risk. These digital models can grow, age, and respond like their real-world counterparts, giving scientists an extraordinary tool for discovery. It's transforming how we develop drugs, design treatments, and understand the human body. Doctors use these simulations to plan surgeries with precision. A physician can now run a procedure virtually on a patient's digital twin, accurately predicting how their body will respond. Complications that once arose during surgery are now anticipated and resolved in advance. Fitness coaches and physical therapists also benefit. They use real-time body simulations to monitor movement, posture, and muscle strain, allowing them to craft personalized exercise plans that prevent injury and accelerate recovery. Some people receive customized feedback just by standing in front of a smart mirror. In clothing stores, virtual fitting rooms let shoppers try on clothes using their own body models. Sizes are measured to the millimeter, and garments are tailored digitally before ever being stitched. Athletes train with simulations that analyze performance and offer near-perfect feedback to refine every movement. Living with a digital version of yourself has become not only normal, but incredibly useful. Number 15. Small modular nuclear reactors are gaining widespread adoption. Small modular nuclear reactors, also known as SMRs, are now powering cities, towns, and remote communities across the world. Unlike traditional nuclear plants, these compact reactors are factory-built, easily transported, and quickly installed, bringing clean, reliable energy to places that once relied on fossil fuels or lacked stable power altogether. In cold northern regions, SMRs heat entire towns during the winter, replacing diesel and cutting emissions dramatically. On tropical islands, where energy used to depend on expensive fuel imports, these reactors provide constant electricity, powering homes, schools, and desalination systems that ensure clean drinking water. Urban areas integrate SMRs into local grids, supporting growing demands from electric vehicles, smart homes, and AI-driven infrastructure. Their small footprint means they sit closer to population centers, reducing energy loss from transmission and boosting grid resilience. Hospitals, data centers, and emergency response hubs now have their own dedicated SMRs for uninterrupted power. Even industrial zones benefit. Factories run on carbon-free electricity, helping meet climate goals without compromising productivity. Some countries pair SMRs with hydrogen production facilities, creating clean fuel for transportation and export. With built-in safety systems and decades-long fuel cycles, SMRs have turned nuclear power into a flexible, low-risk solution. Energy isn't just cleaner, it's smarter, steadier, and more accessible than ever before. Number 16. Portable solar desalination gadgets provide clean drinking water. Portable solar desalination gadgets are now widely used, bringing clean drinking water to places once plagued by drought, pollution, and poor infrastructure. These compact devices, powered entirely by sunlight, turn saltwater or contaminated sources into fresh, drinkable water within hours. Families in remote coastal villages rely on them daily, setting them up each morning and collecting liters of safe water by afternoon. Campers, hikers, and disaster relief workers carry these gadgets in backpacks, unfolding them like solar panels wherever needed. During emergencies, after hurricanes, earthquakes, or floods, relief teams no longer have to wait for bottled water shipments. Instead, they deploy hundreds of these units instantly, restoring access to clean water on the spot. In urban slums and arid regions, communities use them to reduce dependence on costly and unreliable water supplies. Schools in water-scarce areas keep units on rooftops to ensure students have safe hydration year-round. Even small farms use them to hydrate crops and livestock without draining freshwater reserves. The devices require no fuel, filters, or electricity, just sun and seawater. Maintenance is minimal, and most units last for hours. This innovation has redefined what it means to have access to clean water, giving millions not just health and safety, but also independence and dignity. Number 17. Smart grid technology is widespread in the developed world. Smart grid technology is now a core part of daily life in the developed world, turning electricity systems into intelligent, responsive networks. Homes, vehicles, appliances, and entire cities communicate with the grid in real time. adjusting energy use based on demand, weather, and cost. When solar panels on your roof generate excess power, the grid reroutes it to a neighbor's home or stores it for later use in community batteries. During heat waves or storms, smart grids predict surges and automatically balance loads, preventing blackouts before they happen. Electric vehicles act as both transport and energy storage, charging when power is cheap and feeding electricity back into the grid during peak hours. Neighborhoods share energy locally, creating resilient microgrids that can function independently during emergencies. Utilities no longer just supply electricity, they partner with households. Apps show real-time energy usage, carbon footprint, and savings tips. Families gamify conservation, earning rewards for reducing peak time consumption. Businesses operate with precision, using predictive data to optimize machinery and reduce costs. In schools, students learn how the grid works by monitoring their building's energy data in real time. Cities, once passive energy users, are now dynamic ecosystems. Power is no longer one way. It's a smart, adaptive conversation between everything plugged in. Number 18. Universal translator devices are enhancing communication. Universal translator devices now make real-time communication effortless across languages, transforming how people connect, travel, and do business. Whether embedded in earbuds, glasses, or worn as discrete clips, these devices instantly translate speech and text within a second, allowing conversations to flow naturally without pauses or misunderstandings. Tourists roam foreign cities without language anxiety. They ask for directions, order street food, and chat with locals as if fluent. In workplaces, teams made up of people from different countries collaborate seamlessly. A designer in Tokyo presents ideas to a developer in Sao Paulo, with no language barrier slowing them down. In classrooms, students learn from teachers anywhere in the world. Kids in Cairo attend a virtual lecture from a scientist in Berlin, asking questions and getting answers instantly in their native language. At medical clinics, patients explain symptoms clearly, and doctors provide care with no mistranslation, critical in emergencies. Even casual social interactions feel richer. Online friendships form between people who don't share a language, and dating apps offer real-time translations that make international relationships more accessible. Language is no longer a limitation, it's a bridge, made invisible by technology. With universal translators, the world doesn't just feel smaller, it feels more human, more connected, and more open than ever before. Number 19. Carbon sequestration is commonly used in many nations. Carbon sequestration is now a standard part of life in many countries, woven into infrastructure, industry, and even agriculture. Giant direct air capture machines hum quietly on the outskirts of cities, pulling CO2 from the atmosphere and locking it deep underground, or converting it into materials like concrete and fuel. These facilities are as common as power plants and just as essential. In rural areas, farmers use enhanced soil techniques that naturally absorb carbon, turning croplands into carbon sinks. Forests are managed not just for biodiversity, but for their carbon storage potential, with drones and AI monitoring tree health and soil absorption rates in real time. Buildings are constructed with carbon-negative materials, like bricks made from captured CO2. Urban planners design neighborhoods to integrate green spaces that pull in and trap carbon while also cooling the air and boosting mental health. Even oceans are part of the solution. Coastal nations deploy marine carbon capture systems, massive underwater kelp farms, and mineralization units that safely store carbon in sea rock formations. Global carbon markets thrive, allowing businesses and individuals to offset emissions transparently. It's no longer just about reducing carbon output, it's about actively removing it. Climate change hasn't disappeared, but now humanity fights it with tools that turn pollution into possibility. Number 20. Artificial trees are producing clean air across many regions. Artificial trees are now a common sight across cities, suburbs, and even deserts. silently pulling carbon dioxide from the air and releasing clean oxygen. These sleek, high-tech towers don't just blend into the environment, they enhance it. Standing tall in parks, along highways, and atop buildings, they work around the clock, filtering pollution and helping to reverse the effects of climate change. In heavily industrialized areas, artificial forests line factory zones, capturing emissions before they spread. Cities once choked with smog now enjoy crisp, breathable air, with pollution levels dropping faster than anyone predicted. Schools and hospitals install smaller versions on rooftops, creating bubbles of fresh air that improve health and concentration. Rural communities use mobile artificial trees powered by solar panels to maintain air quality during dry seasons and wildfire events. In coastal regions, these devices also help balance humidity, creating more stable microclimates for farming and living. Children grow up knowing that clean air isn't a luxury, it's a right, supported by innovation. People gather under artificial trees as naturally as they once gathered under real ones, unaware of the quiet technology keeping their lungs clear. These structures aren't just machines, they're environmental guardians, working day and night to breathe life back into the world. Thanks for tuning in. Want a fast, secure, and reliable website? Try Kinsta. Click the link below to get started. And if you're fascinated by future tech, the next video in this video series is a must-watch.